Welcome back, everybody, to coverage of the District 2 Little League Baseball Tournament presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media. Chris Kidd with you. Alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer. Butch Mounts, the executive producer of Video Productions, as we are getting ready to start game number 2 of this District 2 11 and 12-year-old tournament between the Madison All-Stars and the Mullens All-Stars, as the winner will move on to face Chapmanville tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in the semifinals of the winners bracket. Again, Man and Chapmanville both getting the bye in this tournament. Chapmanville, the host team for this Little League tournament. The top 2 teams will move on to the state tournament in a couple of weeks. Again, the champion of the bracket will be the 1 seed. The runner-up will be the 2 of the state tournament. So 2 of these 6 teams will get to see another day. But winning and moving on into the winners bracket definitely gives you a much better chance of having that possibility, as already Logan earlier today able to knock off Sandy River 14-2 in 4 innings as they scored 8 runs. Logan did in the bottom of the 4th inning after what had been a close game throughout. It was 6-4 going to the bottom of the 4th. Sandy River had to lift their starting pitcher due to him reaching 85 pitches, and Logan was finally able to explode in the bottom of the 4th in order to end that game early. So they will face the Man All-Stars tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the first semifinal of the winners bracket. And then on Sunday, we'll have 3 games for you, 2 out of the losers bracket, along with the championship game of the winners bracket. Then we'll take a break on Monday for the 4th of July holiday. We'll have 1 game on Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock, and then the finals of the losers bracket will be on Wednesday at 6 o'clock. So 9 games in all coming your way on Video Productions over the next week or so. And we're glad you're going to be with us throughout all of this to see who moves on to the state tournament out of the District 2 region. As we take a look now at the starting lineups, as Mullens will be the designated visiting team, Madison the designated home team. As leading off for Mullens will be Tristan McKinney, the second baseman, followed by Ryder Chapman, the pitcher. Then you have Henry Van Dunk, the first baseman, batting third. Batting in the 4th spot is third baseman Braxton Knuckles. Batting in the 5 spot will be James Wood, the catcher. Batting in the 6th hole is center fielder Mason Bailey. Isaac Shrewsbury, the right fielder, batting 7th. Then you have Hunter Hill, the left fielder, batting 8th. And rounding out the lineup will be Riker Shrewsbury, the shortstop. Coming off the bench will be Chase Price and Jesse Blessing for Mullens. As the head coach for Mullens is Rory Chapman. Assistant coach is Ricky Shrewsbury. On the other end for Madison, head coach is Curdy Asbury. And for him on the defensive side, on the mound tonight, you have Alex Dent warming up right now for Madison. His battering mate behind the dish will be Carter Linville. Around the infield at third base, you have Gunnar Asbury. At shortstop is Nolan Williamson. And at second base is Ace Chafin. First base, you have Nathan Wagner. In the outfield and left field, you have Ronan Sheets. Center field is Asher Aldridge. And in right field is Hayden Ferguson for the Madison All-Stars. As we're set to get underway now, as Tristan McKinney climbs in, left-handed batter. First pitch of the night from Dent. This one hit towards third, knocked down over there by Asbury. Long throw, able to make it in time to Wagner for out number 1. So what a way to start this game. First pitch swinging, and McKinney quick down the first baseline. But Asbury able to get him by a foot over at the first base bag.
Now batting, number 15, Ryder Chapman.
So now you get Ryder Chapman standing in as he'll take a fastball over his head, 1-0. You can already tell just from the warm-ups and the first couple of pitches from Dent, he's got a lot of power. So bring in another fastball. This one will miss high, 2-0. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 2-1. Dent works quickly on the mound. Swing and a miss on a fastball, 2-2. I tell you what, though, Dent, he pitches like he's got a dinner reservation at 9:30. He's ready to get it going on the mound. He gets back on the rubber quick, ready to go again. This one fouled off by Chapman, 2-2 the count. But that just goes to show the confidence Dent has in his stuff, as he's ready to go and doesn't seem to doubt himself one bit of what he's bringing to the dish. That one just missed outside 3-2. You can tell Dent thought he had that for a strike 3. So he kind of shook his head on the way back to the rubber. This one lifted in the air into foul territory towards the left as Chapman spoils another 2-strike pitch. Now Dent ready to go with another full count pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as he's finally able to get the fastball by Chapman for the second out of the inning.
Now batting, number 13, Henry Van Dunk.
Now you get Henry Van Dunk, the first baseman, climbing in. Really like the Mullens All-Stars uniforms. They're really sharp. The American flag kind of fading in and out of the bottom of the shirts and everything. Very colorful uniforms. Let's count 1-0. That one skips in and misses. 2-0 the count. This one lifted foul down the left field side and out of play. Van Dunk, another lefty in this Mullens lineup. That pitch misses. Now 3-1. Again, Dent didn't seem to like the call on that one. This time he gets the call as he paints the outside corner, and we'll do another full count. Dent looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Van Dunk looking to keep it alive, and he will, as that'll be ball 4. And that'll bring up the cleanup hitter now, Braxton Knuckles.
Stepping up to the plate, number 21, Braxton Knuckles.
So a 2-out walk. First pitch to Knuckles, swing and a miss on a fastball, 0-1. They'll throw down to first base. Not in time as Van Dunk able to get back in time. Fastball fouled off for the catcher that time. Linville appears to be okay as he goes over to retrieve it, and quickly Dent able to get ahead 0-2 on the Mullens cleanup hitter. Fastball strike 3 called as Dent, with a pair of strikeouts in the inning, leaves one runner on, and we'll head to the bottom of the first. No score here from Tracy Vickers Little League Field in Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
No score yet here in Game 2 of the 11 and 12-year-old District 2 Little League Tournament here in Chapmanville, West Virginia. Chris Kidd here with you. Alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer here on Video Productions. Again, we'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, BOONE Memorial Hospital, powered by HD Media, for helping us bring you all the action here this week from Chapmanville, West Virginia. As we will have 2 more games tomorrow, starting at 4 p.m., it'll be the Man All-Stars against the Logan All-Stars to see who moves into the finals of the winner's bracket. And the winner of this game will move on to face Chapmanville tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the other semifinal of the winner's bracket. Then we'll begin play And what will be elimination games in the loser's side of the bracket on Sunday at about 1 p.m. and 3 p.m. And then the finals of the winner's bracket will be at 5 p.m. on Sunday. As first pitch from Chapman, in for a strike, 0-1. As leadoff batter will be Alex Dent, the opposing pitcher. Just had a strong top of the first inning. That one in for a strike as well from Chapman, 0-2. So we'll set the defense for Mullens here in just a moment. Chapman shakes off a couple of signs from Wood. Now comes set. That one ripped into left field, and that'll be a hit right off the edge of the dirt, and that one's going to scoot all the way to the wall. As rounding second is Dent, he's going to dig for third, and he'll be in with a leadoff triple. As that one scoots away a little bit from Knuckles over at third base, but Chapman able to come over and corral it to prevent the run from scoring, but Dent able to tattoo that ball. That one hit right off the edge of the dirt and just took off into left field, able to get by Hill. And now Nolan Williamson stands in, takes a rip at the first pitch, 0-1. You have Chapman on the mound, Wood behind home plate. Around the infield, you have Knuckles at third, Riker Shrewsbury at shortstop, McKinney at second base, and Van Dunk at first. The 0-1 offering, this one hit back up the middle, knocked down at second by McKinney, trying to get it up with it, and he's able to in time to Van Dunk for the out at first. But Williamson picks up the RBI as Dent scores from third, and it's 1-0 Madison here in the bottom of the first inning. In the outfield for Mullens, you have Hill in left field, Bailey in center field, and Isaac Shrewsbury in right field. As you saw it there on our instant replay, the run scoring for Madison. And now to bring up Asher Aldridge, the center fielder. Swings at the first pitch, hits it high in the air to center field to Bailey. He'll come on, makes the grab, and that'll be out number 2. That'll bring up Nathan Wagner now, the number 4 hitter. Batting 5th is Carter Linville, the catcher. In the 6th spot is Gunnar Asbury, the third baseman. Batting 7th and playing right field is Hayden Ferguson. In the 8th spot is Ace Chafin, the second baseman, and Ronan Sheets, the left fielder, batting 9th. As Chapman's first offering misses outside to Wagner, 1-0. Coming off the bench for Madison will be Braden Woodrum, Eli Gagnon, Ethan Markham, and Nick Elkins this evening. Sidewinder delivery from Chapman, and that one just missed, 2-0. There's a swing and a miss, 2-1. If you notice, Chapman has 2 different deliveries. He comes with that sidewinder delivery, then he'll come over the top as well. So a little bit of a different look than what most little leaguers have at this level. There's a nice off-speed pitch. Great changeup from Chapman that time, able to freeze Wagner. Count evens up at 2-2. This one hammered into center field, but Bailey right there with it. He'll go to his knees and make the grab for out number 3. But a leadoff triple by Alex Dent and the RBI ground out by Nolan Williamson gives Madison a 1-0 lead as we head to the top of the second inning. We'll be back after this 60-second break as you are watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
A new day begins, and what happens today must be covered, reported, and passed on to everyone in the region we serve. We are journalists, staff writers, editors, storytellers. Who are we? We are HD Media, trustworthy and always here for the times we live in.
Quick first inning from both sides, and it ends with Madison leading at 1-0 on the triple by Alex Dent and a RBI from Nolan Williamson. Chris Kidd with you with Robbie Mounts, our engineer, here for Game 2 of the 11 and 12-year-old District 2 tournament. Again, the top 2 teams out of this 6-team tournament will move on to the state tournament later on this month. Logan taking a step closer earlier today with a 14-4 4-inning win over Sandy River, making their first Little League state tournament appearance, or Little League tournament appearance, I should say. And Logan will move on to face Man tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the semifinals of the winners bracket. The winner of this game moves on to face Chapmanville tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the other semifinal of the winners bracket. And leading off this inning will be James Wood. James Wood, about as big of a 11 and 12-year-old all-star as you're going to see. And this kid, bigger than me in stature as he comes to home plate. As you see, he almost reaches the top of our scorecard up here on our screen, as that one misses outside from Dent, 1-1. Yeah, Robbie and I both saw him come out to catch in the first inning. We went, wow, that's a big kid. This one ripped back up the middle by Wood. Diving stop made, or almost made by Chafin, but it scoots through into center field. And Wood with a leadoff single to start the second inning. So that's the first hit of the evening for Mullens, and that'll bring up Mason Bailey. Bailey, the center fielder, batting in the 6th spot for Mullens. Dent was able to get a pair of strikeouts in the first inning. He's thrown 21 pitches already. Chapman only threw 11 pitches in the first inning for Mullens, as this one fought off foul towards the first base side, 0-1. They're able to retrieve the foul ball on the right side, and then they play hot potato with it before they get it back to Robert Miller's first base umpire for this game. It's an off-speed pitch from Dent, misses. Fastball misses low, 2-1. That fastball catches the lower half of the plate, and that'll even up everything at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dent looking for the first out here in the top of the second inning. That one fouled straight back into the screen by Bailey. Comes with an off-speed pitch and able to get Bailey that time swinging for strike 3, the 3rd strikeout of the game now for Dent. That'll bring up Isaac Shrewsbury, the right fielder. Dent now doing a good job of trying to mix up that fastball with some of these off-speed pitches, as Mullens trying to time up that fastball. Oh, and that one's going to catch him right in the elbow. Shrewsbury shaking it off right now. That's right in a sensitive spot. So he's able to shake it off and head over to first base. But he's going to get looked at over there by the Mullens coaches just to make sure that he's all right.
Shrewsbury lands one on the shoulder, going to land him at first base.
Again, right there in those spots are sometimes the worst. Again, it's more that it just stings than anything else. Shrewsbury appears to be okay as we're ready to go back to action. As first pitch to Hill. He checked his swing.
Number 24, Hunter Hill.
And looks like they're going to appeal over to the first base side, and they say no, he didn't go around. It didn't appear he did. That pitch hits the outside corner, 1-1. So Mullens threatening here in the top of the second inning. Madison leading at 1-0, but runners at first and second with 1 out. Comes back with an off-speed pitch and gets Hill swinging, 1-2. It's Comes right back with a fastball, but this one gets away from behind home plate, and that's going to allow both runners to move up. So now a chance for Mullens with a base hit to perhaps take the lead here for the first time this evening. Dent ready to go. 2-2 offering on the way. That one's going to miss low and outside. The runners will hold this time, though, as it got by Linville. The count now runs back full to 3-2, as Dent's had a few of these thus far. He was able to get ahead 1-2 with that off-speed pitch a moment ago. Let's see if he goes back to that now on the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He comes with gas and able to put Hill away with the fastball. Second strikeout this inning, 4th overall now for Dent. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter in the Mullens lineup, Riker Shrewsbury, the shortstop. Fastball swung on a miss. This one hit towards first, knocked down over there by Wagner. Going to be a tough play. Dent gets over and able to cover the bag just to beat Shrewsbury in time to first base. So that'll leave runners stranded at second and third for Mullens, and Madison will retain a 1-0 lead as we head to the bottom of the second inning. As you see our replay as we go to break, you're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Hi, I'm Casey Legg, and I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. And when I'm back home in Charleston, you will find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that golden boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
What started as a vision to bring quality health care to the coal fields of southern West Virginia has grown to become so much more. With a 5-star patient experience rating 2 years running, our family of local employees, medical staff, leaders, and governing board are working hard to deliver compassionate care, respect for others, and excellence in all that we undertake. We are now BOONE Memorial Health, and for you and your family, we are bringing medicine home.
Bottom of the second inning we move as Madison leads Mullens 1-0 here in our second game of the evening from Tracy Vickers Little League Field in Chapmanville, West Virginia. Chris Kidd with you. Alongside me, Robbie Mounts. Butch Mounts, the executive producer of Video Productions, helping us bring you all the action here this week and next from the District 2 11 and 12-year-old tournament. This will be our final game of the evening tonight. Then we'll have 2 more for you tomorrow, then 3 more on Sunday, along with 1 game on Tuesday, 1 game on Wednesday to help determine the 2 teams that will move on to the state tournament. Chapman's first offering. This is inside, 1-0. It is the 5, 6, 7 hitters for Madison this inning. Carter Linville leading things off. And there you see Chapman go back to that sidewinder delivery, and that one misses, 2-0. Chapman able to pump one in for a strike. Linville, the opposing catcher, climbs back in. Chapman ready to go. The 2-1. That one in for a strike as well. So Chapman able to battle back. Evens up the count at 2-2. Off-speed pitch. Linville lifts it into shallow left field, going back, and what a catch by Riker Shrewsbury on the shallow grass. Again, that is such a tough play to make, over your shoulder and running away from it. And here you see it on our instant replay. That ball was hit in a tough spot by Linville, and Shrewsbury just able to make a terrific play, and also going back on the edge of the dirt and right into the grass. That can sometimes mess with your footing, but Shrewsbury able to make the nice grab. So that'll bring up Gunnar Ashbury. He'll take a strike, 0-1. Even Robbie and I were talking about it during the last commercial break. There's been some phenomenal defensive plays so far on both sides. This one hit high into the air over towards second base, backing up, making the grab is McKinney for out number 2. So a pair of pop-outs to start out this inning. And tell you what, Chapman pitches to contact, and he's only thrown 18 pitches thus far and almost through 2 innings of work. The Madison hitters definitely coming up ready to swing right now, but Chapman been able to induce a lot of outs thus far. Only 1 hit he's given up, but it was that triple to Alex Dent. Now it looks like Braden Woodrum is going to bat in place of Hayden Ferguson here. Ferguson has not had an at-bat yet, but 4 substitutes on Madison's bench. They're going to go ahead and try and start that process now with 2 outs and nobody on here in the bottom of the second inning. Swing and a miss by Woodrum, 0-1. Still, Ferguson will have to bat in this game nevertheless. So everyone does at least have to get up there once, as this one's going to be chopped foul towards the third base side, 0-2. Chapman looking for a quick 1-2-3 inning here. He's 1 strike away from it. So he's yet to record a strikeout in the game. But he's been able to get 4 fly outs and a ground out to his credit here, and for his first 5 outs. That one just chopped foul by Woodrum as he gets it off of home plate. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and what an inning by Chapman there as he works quickly. Only 22 pitches through 2 innings of work for Chapman, but it's Madison leading at 1-0 as we move into the top of the third inning. We'll be back in 60 seconds as you're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Want it, click it,
reserve it, and drive it.
buy it at Thornhill.
Buy it at Thornhill.
Buy it at Thornhill.
That's right. Getting your new vehicle just got easier.
Visit any of our 6 locations and get a personalized experience in preferencing your next new vehicle.
Tag one of our pre-built invoices.
Or let's customize your exact features with our easy built-to-order process.
All we have to offer with shopping ease at ThornhillAutomotive.com.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride on the Thornhill Motor Mile.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
More exciting. 1-0, Madison leads Mullens as we go to the top of the third inning. Chris Kidd here with you, with Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As Mullens threatened in the last inning, putting runners at second and third with 2 outs, but unable to drive those runs in. And now things will start out at the top of the lineup for the Mullens All-Stars. Alex Dent has thrown 36 pitches thus far in this contest. McKinney lays down a bunt. This is going to be a tough play. Picked up, throw to first, not going to be in time. And McKinney with a bunt single to start out the top of the third inning. There you see it again, as that one, you saw Dent and Linville both trying to get to it in time, but I don't think either one would have had a chance to throw McKinney out on that. And we saw him almost beat out a ground out to third to start the game. But Ashbury was just able to throw him out. This one fouled back into the screen by Chapman. Chapman struck out back in the first inning against Dent. That one misses outside and gets away, and that's going to allow McKinney to move on over to second base. McKinney, he's so fleet of foot out there. You could tell just a second that ball even remotely got away from Linville, he was taking off. You figure it's going to be the same thing if one does here. That one missed just a little bit low, 2-1. And that one fouled off towards the left by Chapman. Dent looking for his first out of the inning and going to have to try and work around trouble for the second straight inning. That one misses high, and now the count runs full. Mullens has been able to battle Dent to a full count several times now here in the early going. And this time Chapman's going to win the battle, as that'll be ball 4. McKinney got about halfway down the third base line that time, trying to induce a throw. But walking back over to the bag.
Now batting, number 13, Henry Van Dunk.
And now Madison in trouble here in the top of the third inning as runners at first and second with nobody out, and Van Dunk stands in. That pitch misses outside, 1-0. That's the second walk given up by Dent thus far in the game. The other walk came against Van Dunk back in the first inning. This one hit in the air, foul towards the third base side. Running out of room is Asbury, as that'll get out of play. Time's called by the home plate umpire. Dent threw the ball into the home plate umpire, or so he thought. Nobody was looking for it. Thankfully, nobody got hit by it. This one's going to be chopped towards first base side, fielded there, and no play available. They had a play at third, but I don't think that Madison really realized it at that point. As the runner at second, McKinney, kind of paused there for a moment as Wagner came up with it. Could have gotten the out at first by stepping over there, but in the confusion of where to go with the ball, everybody's safe. So missed opportunity for at least one out for Madison that time, and now the bases are loaded for the cleanup hitter, Braxton Knuckles. As he lifts one into the air into shallow right field, coming on, nobody there, and that's going to land for a hit as Ferguson tried to chase it down but couldn't. Here comes another runner around, and here comes a second run that scores. The throw into home is airmailed over the head of Linville, and that'll allow the runners to move up to second and third. So now 2 runs in for Mullens. And nobody out here in the top of the third, and Mullens leads it 2-1. Again, that ball from Knuckles just landed in no man's land out there in right field. It looked like maybe an easy pop-up at first, but Ferguson, you could see, was playing further back that time. Gave it a good try to try and come in and get that ball, but just too late. So now James Wood stands in. There's a fastball swung and a miss, 0-1. That pitch misses low to Wood, 1-1. And our engineer, Robbie Mounds, pointing out something I was kind of thinking in his last plate appearance. It looks as if Wood's bat is wooden that he has at home plate, much different than what you see with the aluminum bats primarily used at this level. That fastball misses, 2-1. Now you can start to see Dent starting to get a little frustrated out on the hill here. So he'll come set, 2-1 offering. Fastball swung on a miss by Wood. Evens things up at 2-2. Dent trying to settle down here and get the first out here in the top of the third inning for Madison. Swing and a miss on an inside fastball, and that'll be the first out of the inning. After Wood singled to center field his first time up, this time he goes down on strikes, and that'll bring up Mason Bailey.
Number 34, Mason Bailey.
Bailey struck out in his last plate appearance against Dent. His only plate appearance thus far, swing and a miss, 0-1. That's 5 strikeouts for Dent now in the contest. Fastball misses a little low, 1-1. So you've had a bunt single to start out the inning, a walk, an infield hit, and then a 2 RBI single to right field. That's given Mullens a 2-1 lead as the off-speed pitch misses inside, 2-1. And Mullens threatening for more here in the top of the third with runners at second and third, still with only one out. This one hit towards second base will score a run as it's picked up over there by Chafin. He'll flip it over to Wagner in time for the second out. So an RBI ground out for Bailey. Pushes the Mullens lead now to 3-1, and that'll bring up Isaac Shrewsbury. Shrewsbury was hit by a pitch his first time up, right in the elbow. Swing and a miss. Dent starting to pound the inside corner a lot more here this inning. Was able to strike out Wood with that pitch. Now he tries to go back outside, but misses, 1-1. Knuckles standing over at third after that 2 RBI single earlier this inning. Fastball misses upstairs. And Dent, definitely an emotional player. Again, you can see his frustration, his happiness with himself whenever he's on the mound, as that one misses high, 3-1. Right now trying to dig out of this inning that's seen Mullens already plate 3 runs. There's a strike right down the pipe. This count runs full to 3-2. This is the 7th batter of the inning for Mullens. And that'll be the last, a strike 3 called. 6th strikeout of the game for Dent, but Mullens able to do damage as they get 3 hits and 3 runs here in the top of the third. As we move to the bottom of the third, Madison going to try and get some of that back as we get ready for Chapman to retake the hill. You're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Hi, my name's Zach Frazier and I'm from Fairmont, West Virginia. And when I'm back at home in Fairmont, you'll find me at my local Parmar store.
We had that Golden Boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Parmar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Parmar. West Virginia proud and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
At Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit.
3-1, Mullens leads Madison as we move into the bottom of the third inning here from Tracy Vickers Little League Field in Chapmanville, West Virginia, home of the District 2 11 and 12-year-old Little League All-Stars. Chris Kidd with you. Robbie Mounts, our engineer, for our second and final game of the evening here tonight. Again, Logan knocking off Sandy River 14-4 earlier this evening in a 10-run Rule 4 inning game where Logan scored 8 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning after what had been a close game at 6-4. Logan able to break it open, and now Logan will take on Man tomorrow at 4 p.m. in the semifinals of the winners bracket. The winner of this game gets Chapmanville tomorrow night at 6 p.m. in the other semifinal of the winners bracket. That's Ace Chafin standing in. He took an offering at the first pitch. That one he's able to lay off of. Count now 1-1. Swing and a miss by Chafin. 1-2 now the count. Again, only one hit thus far off of Chapman, and that was the leadoff batter of the game, which was Dent. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wood able to hang on to it, and that'll be the first out of the inning. Or actually, wait, no, they say apparently it hit the ground first, or was foul tipped into the ground. Okay, so yeah, the Mullens dugout thought that they had strike 3 as well on that, and they're trying to contest that Wood caught it. I thought that he did, to be honest, but again, I am a little bit behind here, or a little bit behind the home plate umpire, so couldn't necessarily see what he saw. But yeah, Mullens was wanting to confirm that, so Chafin able to stay alive here. Let's see if he's able to do something with this extra life as he fouls it off. And Chapman's still not happy with it. So let's see here if we can get a look at it. And I tell you, it looked like that was caught by Wood, to be honest with you, on our replay. It looked like strike 3 from our angle there, but not totally sure. But there you go anyway. That's strike 3 looking to Chapman, or from Chapman to Chafin. That's back-to-back strikeouts now from Chapman. He's got 2 in the game, and both have come in the last 2 at-bats.
Stepping up to the plate, number 2, Eli Gagnon.
So Eli Gagnon now will bat in place of Ronan Sheets, the number 9 hitter. Again, Sheets hasn't batted yet, so he'll still have to come up in this game. But Chapman getting the first out of the inning. And gets ahead 0-1. Again, you see the contrast with Chapman and Dent, though. Again, Dent has thrown 62 pitches through 3 innings, done great work himself. Chapman, this is just going to be his 30th pitch in 2 1/3 innings. Swing and a miss by Gagnon, 0-2. Look at the size disparity between Wood and Gagnon, too. Again, Wood as tall as Gagnon as he goes to his knees to get behind home plate. This one slap foul down the right field side, 0-2. Robbie was pointing that out to me as we were looking at the screen over here. Yeah, Wood is about twice the size of Gagnon. He gets behind home plate, and now they're right at eye level. Boy, to have had Wood's height when I was his age, Lord. Swing and a miss, strike 3, as Gagnon able to spoil 1 2-strike pitch, but not another. And Chapman now with 3 consecutive strikeouts, as that'll bring things back to the top of the order. And Alex Dent will stand in. Dent has the only hit in the game thus far for Madison. He tripled into left field his first time up. Then an RBI ground out by Nolan Williamson was able to bring him home, gave Madison the early lead. But now Mullens has taken the lead at 3-1, scoring 3 runs in the top of the 3rd. Wood tried to frame that pitch and didn't get it. Every time that there's one that's close, we hear a couple of the Mullens fans over on the far side give a little bit of a woo, trying to induce maybe the home plate umpire to give him that call the next time. This one going to be chopped hard towards 3rd, gets through into left field, and Dent on with 2 outs now. He took a very wide turn, get towards second base, but is chased back. So thus far, Alex Dent, the only one to really solve the puzzle in this game that is Ryder Chapman. As Chapman mentioned, he had the RBI ground out to second base in his first plate appearance. There's a sidewinder pitch from Chapman, swung on a miss, 0-1. Again, Dent taking that big turn or big leadoff, trying to see if he can get throw away or throw over to first so he can take off to second. Tell you what, he might be able to steal second just straight up with his speed. This one's going to be a slow roller towards 3rd. Knuckles fields it, throw over to first, in time to Van Dunk, and that'll retire Madison here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Well, we're halfway home here in Chapmanville, West Virginia, and Mullens leads Madison 3-1. We'll be back after this break as you're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. We never stop because life never stops.
At Childers Enterprises, your comfort is our business. We're always on the go. Childers Enterprises is your trained comfort specialist in Southern West Virginia. Choose train and feel pretty comfortable in your home.
Make that one call to Childers Enterprises for your free estimate.
It's hard to stop a train.
Hi, I'm Zachy Lawton. I'm from Charleston, West Virginia. When I'm back home in Charleston, you can find me in my local Parmar store.
We had that golden boot pride at Parmar. There are literally hundreds of Parmar stores in West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio, and Pennsylvania, and even more on the way. Download the Par Mar app to save even more. And whether it's food, gas, groceries, or whatever, we have you covered at Par Mar. West Virginia proud, West Virginia strong, and ready to serve you.
If there's not a Par Mar store near you now, there will be soon.
Top of the fourth inning, we head with Madison trailing Mullens 4-1 here in game number 2 of this 11 and 12-year-old District 2 Little League tournament. Chris Kidd with you with Robbie Mounts, our engineer, for today's contest. Swing and a miss by Price. Count quickly moves to 0-2 as Price batting in place of Hunter Hill now, as Price and Blessing, the two players off the bench for Mullens. Dent tried to come with off speed that time, but missed high. And Dent now at 65 pitches, so he definitely wants to try and work quickly through some of the lower half of this order if he's able to, and pick up the outs so that he can stay out a little bit deeper into this game, and he does so there as he gets a 4-pitch strikeout of Price for the first out of the fourth inning. That's now his 7th strikeout of the game, as he's had 2 strikeouts in each of the first 3 innings. Riker Shrewsbury looks at one go over the head of the home plate, or behind home plate, count at 1-0. Shrewsbury grounded out to second base in his first plate appearance that ended the second inning. There's a strike on the outside corner. Linville unable to squeeze it that time, but still right there on the outer half. Again, if you're just joining us with the pitch count rules, 85 pitches is the maximum amount you can throw in a Little League game. Dent takes one step closer to that with that pitch, but gets a swing and a miss from Shrewsbury, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as it got away from home plate, and now Shrewsbury just realizing it. And I'd say Shrewsbury ran about 20 feet outside of the running lane that time to try and get down to first base, but nevertheless, they throw down and get the out anyway for out number 2. So back-to-back strikeouts to start off the top of the fourth inning for Dent, and that'll bring things back to the top of the order now. As Tristan McKinney stands in, he'll slap it foul towards the left side, 0-1. So McKinney is 1 for 2 today, grounded out to third base to lead off the game, then had a bunt single to lead off the third inning that sparked that 3-run inning for Mullens. Off-speed pitch misses outside, 1-1. Dent would love nothing more than a quick 1-2-3 inning here. He's not had one yet tonight. That one will miss inside, 2-1. The first inning, he faced 4 batters, then faced 5 in the second inning, and then 7 batters came to the plate in the third inning. Or actually 6 batters, came to the plate in the third inning during that 3-run rally for Mullens, as that one slapped foul down the third base side, 2-2. Dent ready to go, the 2-2. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. What an inning for Dent as he strikes out the side, and that's 9 strikeouts through 4 innings of work, although he's down to his final 10 pitches coming out in the next inning. But he keeps this at a 2-run deficit for Madison as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. It is Mullens leading at 3-1. You're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
What started as a vision to bring quality health care to the coal fields of southern West Virginia has grown to become so much more. With a 5-star patient experience rating 2 years running, our family of local employees, medical staff, leaders, and governing board are working hard to deliver compassionate care. respect for others, and excellence in all that we undertake. We are now BOONE Memorial Health. And for you and your family, we are bringing medicine.
I'm taking him to Dayton for Jenna's. Bottom of the fourth inning, Madison trailing at 3-1 here against Mullens to see who moves on to face Chapmanville tomorrow at 6 p.m. in the semifinals of the winners bracket. Chris Kidd with you, Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As it'll be the heart of the order for Madison this inning, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters. That pitch misses low as Aldridge gets head 2-0. Only counted 2, maybe 3 batters that Chapman's fallen behind here tonight. He's been so efficient thus far. That one hit hard down the first base side as he buzzed the tower of his first base line coach that time. No walks given up by Chapman yet in this contest. Hadn't struck anybody out until he got to the bottom of the order, and then he struck out 3 in a row. Only 2 hits he surrendered have both come from Alex Dent. And off-speed pitch misses inside, 3-1. That's only pitch number 40 for Chapman. Dent has 75 pitches through 4 innings. Chapman's now at 40 just through 3 innings. There's strike 2 right down Broadway. Aldridge flew out to center field his first time up. Now the payoff pitch coming. Chapman shakes off 3 signs from Wood. Now gets what he wants. Swung on and foul tipped off of Wood's face mask. So it'll be another payoff pitch coming to Aldridge, the opposing center fielder. Once again, Chapman shakes off a sign, now gets what he likes. This one chopped in front of home plate. Tough play. Chapman up fielding it. Low throw, and nice job by Van Dunk. He snow cones it out of the ground for out number 1. Just more great defensive plays on both sides here tonight as we'll take a look at it here on our HD Media Instant Replay. Again, a tough play, just slow roller off the mound, and Chapman fielding it cleanly, and Van Dunk able to make a great dig over at first base. That'll bring up Nathan Wagner now. He flew out to center field as well his first time up. Hits one hard towards third. Knuckles with a nice clean field on it. Over to Van Dunk and able to make the grab and just barely avoid the collision with Wagner over at first base. Once again, another great fielding play by Mullens in this contest. Chapman has pitched to contact most of the evening, and his defense has backed him up every step of the way. And there you see it. 2-3 tough hops right to Knuckles and a good throw to Van Dunk. And tell you what, even better concentration by Van Dunk that time. Again, you got Wagner bearing down on you like a locomotive train coming up the first base line that time. And I might have made a business decision personally and just dove out of the way of that one, but Van Dunk hung in there and was able to make the play. And looks like Madison's going to send up a different hitter here in place of Carter Linville. Linville popped out into shallow left field his first time up, so they're going to bring up Ethan Markham now. This will be the 3rd batter off the bench for Madison in this game. They still have 1 more to go, but they also still have a couple of other batters at the bottom of the order that haven't hit yet, as there's a strike, 0-1. As Ferguson and Sheets were both hit for the first time through the lineup, so they'll have to come up the next time through. Chapman misses inside, 1-1. And that could be the tricky thing about having more than 2 or so substitutes on your roster. Again, all of them good players getting in, but sometimes it's hard just finding spots to get everybody in and out of the game whenever you have more than 2 or 3. There's a swing and a miss by Markham, 1-2 the count. Chapman looking for a 1-2-3 inning here to put the pressure back on Madison. Fastball misses high, 2-2. Still just at 48 pitches here from Chapman, as it's been incredible how efficient he's been here this evening. Ooh, and that one just missed. You can hear it from the dugout and even from the infield from Mullens that time. They thought they had strike 3. But now we've got a full count. Nobody on and 2 outs here for Madison in the bottom of the 4th. Chapman shakes off the sign. And there's strike 3 called as he gets it right down the pipe to end the bottom of the 4th inning on his 50th pitch of the evening. We'll head to the top of the 5th right after this break as Mullens continues to lead Madison 3-1 here from Tracy Vickers Field in Chapmanville, West Virginia, as you're watching live streaming coverage of the District 2 Little League Baseball Tournament presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Want it? Click it.
Reserve it and drive it.
Buy it at Thornhill.
Buy it at Thornhill.
Buy it at Thornhill.
That's right. Getting your new vehicle just got easier.
Visit any of our 6 locations and get a personalized experience in preferencing your next new vehicle.
Tag one of our pre-built invoices.
Or let's customize your exact features with our easy built-to-order process.
All we have to offer with shopping ease at ThornhillAutomotive.com.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride.
Tag your new ride on the Thornhill Motor Mile.
A new day begins. And what happens today must be covered, reported, and passed on to everyone in the region we serve. We are journalists, staff writers, editors, storytellers. Who are we? We are HD Media, trustworthy and always here for the times we live in.
Three to 1, Mullens clinging to the lead over Madison here as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Chris Kidd with you with Robbie Mounts, our engineer, for tonight's broadcast. Butch Mounts, the executive producer of Video Productions, as Mullens looking to try and extend their lead as we start the top of the 5th. Dent likely in his final inning of work for Madison. Again, 85 pitches is the limit he can go, and that was pitch number 76 for him right there. Swing and a miss by Chapman. 1-1 now the count. Chapman tonight 0 for 1. He struck out in the first inning and walked in the 3rd inning. Nice off-speed pitch by Dent there. Got Chapman well out in front, 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Dent has found that groove once again as he has struck out his last 5 batters now. And that'll bring up Henry Van Dunk, who's 1 of 1 tonight. That's a hard hit ball towards second. Diving attempt made by Chafin, but it's going to get through into the right field. So a 1-out hit by Van Dunk. Now we'll bring up Braxton Knuckles. With that last strikeout that Den had a moment ago, that was number 10 on the evening for him. Knuckles tonight struck out in the first inning, but then had that big 2 RBI single into right field in the 3rd inning, which is the difference in this game thus far, as that one gets off the glove of Linville and gets to the backstop as Van Dunk will go over to second base. This could be the final batter that Dent gets to face this evening, as he's at pitch 81 now. Fastball misses just outside, 2-0. There's a nice off-speed pitch in for a strike as now the runner takes off for third, and Van Dunk's going to get in. The throw beat him there, but it was dropped there as the slide came in. So we'll take a look at it here on our Thornhill Auto Group instant replay. It looked like Van Dunk thought it got away, but it didn't, and Linville saw him out of the corner of his eye taking off at the last second. They nearly were able to throw him out. Asbury had it. Now here as the ball gets away, here comes the runner to the plate. This time they will get Van Dunk as he tries to steal home, but is thrown out. Great job by Linville, able to get back to that in time with the speedy Van Dunk coming. And that is a big out for Madison here in the top of the 5th inning. That clears the bases now. 3-1 count coming. And that's going to miss outside ball 4 to Knuckles, and that was pitch number 85 for Dent. And I believe that'll be it for him, and it will be, as he goes 4 2/3 innings, strikes out 10 on the evening. But walks the last batter he faces this evening, as that was the third walk given up by Dent on the night, but a phenomenal job by him here this evening. Mullens able to get 3 runs on him in the third inning, which is the difference right now, and it looks like it'll be Wagner that'll take over on the bump for Madison, the big lefty. Looks like they're going to put Ashbury over at first base now, as Dent moves out to shortstop. So while the position changes take place and while Wagner warms up, we'll step aside for a break and be back after this with Madison trailing Mullens 3-1 here in the top of the 5th inning. You're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit of 119.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
What started as a vision to bring quality health care to the coal fields of southern West Virginia has grown to become so much more. Introducing BOONE Memorial Health, a modern state-of-the-art healthcare provider that has expanded its technology, capabilities, and footprint to meet the needs of our growing service area. With a 5-star patient experience rating 2 years running, our family of local employees, medical staff, leaders, and governing board.
Back to action here as Wagner's first offering misses outside, 1-0. Chris Kidd with you. Alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As Wagner's first opponent will be James Wood. Wood tonight singled to center field and struck out in his 2 plate appearances against Dent. Again, Wood with that wooden bat that you don't see very many little leaguers with. But Madison has 2 outs here. Runner at first base after the walk issued in the final at bat to Knuckles. Madison trying to keep this at a 2-run deficit, as that one's going to miss inside. 3-0 now the count. As we said, with that 85 pitch count rule, Dent now won't be eligible to pitch for 4 days for Madison, so that's why it's so important now. We talked about in the first broadcast tonight between Logan and Sandy River, getting 3-4 solid pitchers in your lineup is really what you need in order to be able to make a deep run in these Little League tournaments. That's a 4-pitch walk from Wagner to Wood, and that'll put runners at first and second still with 2 outs as Mason Bailey will come up. Used to be you could basically throw out 1, maybe 2 dominant pitchers and be able to just continue to go with that day in and day out. But with those rule changes, it's definitely changed the strategy for many of these coaches as Wagner pumps in a fastball for a strike. 0-1. They throw down to second base. Dangerous play. But then able to make the catch out there. If that would have got away, Knuckles could have easily moved over to third base. But obviously that pitch count rule came into play a little over a decade ago. Try and save some of these young kids' arms. That pitch misses from Wagner, 1-1. Still different in softball, though. Again, softball, they'll let starting pitchers throw for days in that one. So I don't know if it has something to do with the arm motion or the delivery motion that's different. That one misses and gets away, and both runners will move up to second and third. So Mullens has an opportunity here to perhaps blow this thing open with a base hit with the way that Chapman's been pitching tonight and the way Mullens' defense has been playing tonight. And Chapman's only surrendered 3 hits on the evening. That one's in for a strike, 3-2. I should say Chapman's only given up 2 hits on the evening. Both of those were to Dent. Wagner, this one hit back up the middle. Slow roller, going to be a tough play. Fielded and not going to have a play over at first, and a run will score as Wood falls down trying to get back to third, and now the ball's thrown away. Wood gets up. Now he's going to try and come to the plate. The throw home is going to be wide of the mark, and Wood will score. It's 5-1 Mullens, and the runner will move over to third base. It's Linville not happy after the play because Wood got up and screamed yes. I don't know if that was intended at Linville or if it was just Wood being excited that he was able to score on the play, but Linville wasn't happy that it happened right in front of him. So we'll take a look at it here in our instant replay. It looked like Wood might be dead to rights over at third base once he fell down, and there was a smart play over at second base by Chafin initially not to make that throw over to first, but then they had Wood, and then the throw gets away. And there you see Wood charging home and scoring. And there you see right there where Wood got up and screamed yes, and Linville wasn't real happy about it. But now a 5-1 lead for Mullens here in the top of the 5th inning. The count now 1-1, and the runner has moved over to third base. Pitch misses low. That'll be an RBI single for Bailey a moment ago. As now you have Jesse Blessing standing in for his first at bat of the game, batting in place of Isaac Shrewsbury. That one almost caught him as it gets away, and now here comes the runner from third home, and he's going to score. And now the lead is swelled to 6-1 as Bailey gets in underneath the throw. So Mullens falling behind in the first inning 1-0, but scored 3 runs in the third, and now have scored 3 runs here in the 5th inning. And they have taken a commanding 6-1 lead, and Chapman still on the hill, giving up only 2 hits on the evening. Struck out 3, hasn't issued any walks for Mullens. Madison's going to have a tall hill to climb here as Blessing will be walked. Now the batter will be Hunter Hill, or at least it's his position. Actually, it'll be Price that'll stay in to bat. Price struck out last inning in his only plate appearance. There's a swing and a miss, 0-1 as they snap throw it down to first base, trying to keep Blessing close by. Again, we saw it in the first game with a lot of the walks that were given up on both sides in that contest with Sandy River and Logan. They definitely came back to haunt both clubs in that game, and Chapman for Mullens is showing what pitching to contact can do here tonight as his defense has backed him up. I think it was Pete Rose had the old saying that walks haunt. And sure enough, they have here tonight for both in both games at different aspects as that pitch gets away, and that'll allow Blessing to move over to second. Now the count 2-1. It's going to come out here and talk with Wagner, who's having his struggles at the moment trying to find the strike zone. As that was pitch number 17 for Wagner, so we'll see if he'll stay in for the rest of this at bat. Maybe they'll want to try and save him for tomorrow, or excuse me, on Sunday whenever they play again. Again, if he goes over 20 pitches, it wouldn't hurt necessarily tonight because Madison, if they did go on to lose this game, then Madison would have the day off tomorrow anyway. So that means that Wagner would probably be eligible to go again on Sunday, should that be the scenario, if he didn't go beyond 35 pitches. Now the count 2-1. Swing and a miss by Price, 2-2. That was a nice inside fastball from Wagner. Trying to put this top of the 5th inning to bed that's seen Mullens start to break this game open now at 6-1. a miss, and now the count runs full 3-2. Wagner thought he had strike 3, and so did the Madison infield. And now we'll have a payoff pitch here from Wagner. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as he retires Price for the third out of the inning, but not before Mullens able to plate 3 runs with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning, and now they lead it 6-1 heading to the bottom of the 5th. Back after this break as you're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
The main goal of our firm is to provide the best client experience possible.
I want my clients to believe that they've experienced fairness. Then finally, I want them to know that they got a friend. I'm not in the business of running off business, but I'm in the business of being honest.
At the end of the day and at the end of the case, I want the client to know that they didn't leave anything on the table, to feel without doubt that they made the right decision to hire this firm.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville, takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I
6-1, Mullens leading Madison as things getting late on the Madison All-Stars as they're down to their last 6 outs here this evening. Chris Kidd with you, Robbie Mounts, our engineer. As it'll be Gunnar Ashbury to lead things off as Ryder Chapman still on the bump for Mullens. Only on pitch 50, so he looks to be in the clear to try and finish this game before he gets to 85 pitches, unless Madison can start mounting a comeback, and that's a good start to it as there's a ball ripped into the gap in left center field as Ashbury will dig for second, and he'll be in with a stand-up double to start the bottom of the 5th inning. So that's only the 3rd hit of the night, but Madison's put the bat on the ball exclusively this evening. Only 3 strikeouts in the game. They put everything else in play. Or actually 4 strikeouts, I correct myself, for Chapman, but they put the ball in play all evening long. Just Mullens' defense has been stout. Swing and a miss from Ferguson as he's up to bat for the first time this evening. And Woodrum batted in his place back in the 2nd inning. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Chapman will look the runner back to second base. There's that Sidewinder delivery, and that'll miss. Just getting a piece of it was Ferguson. Sounds like it scared the girls working concession stands downstairs after that hit back there. I had all those girls in class last year. They're jumpy anyway. They're doing a great job downstairs. They're good kids. And I think that one caught them off guard. Nice off-speed pitch by Chapman that time. So he's able to get Ferguson out in front swinging and missing. That'll be the first out of the bottom of the 5th inning. That'll bring up Nick Elkins. He's batting in place of Ace Chafin. This will be the final substitute to bat of the evening for Madison. Swing and a miss, 0-1. And then Ronan Sheets will be up next, or his position will be up next. He's yet to bat in this game for Madison. That will conclude everyone getting an at-bat for the Madison All-Stars. That one chopped towards third and just foul. That would have likely been a hit if that stayed fair for Elkins. That was going to be a long and tough throw for Knuckles, although we've seen him make a couple of those already tonight. Now Chapman trying to record the second out of the inning. Runner at second is Asbury after the leadoff double to start this inning. That one just missing a little high coming into Wood. This one fouled off towards first base side, so nice battle here by Elkins. He's spoiled a few two-strike pitches thus far. Chapman shakes off a couple, a third time, a fourth time he shakes off Wood. Now he finally gets what he wants. And just misses with a fastball, count even at 2-2. That one misses low and away, gets away from Wood, but the runner will hold at second base. So again, Chapman yet to walk a batter tonight. Elkins, though, fantastic at bat here. Fell behind 0-2 and has now fought his way all the way back to a full count. And ball four called, just missed outside. So great at bat by Elkins that time, able to draw the first walk of the evening off of Chapman. And now Madison with runners at first and second here. And Ronan Sheets will stand in. If Sheets is able to reach, then that gets back to the top of the order to Alex Dent, who is the only one that's been able to find some success, mainly against Chapman tonight with 2 hits. So there's a swing and a miss by Sheets, 0-1. The 0-1 pitch. That one a strike on the outside corner to Sheets, 0-2. That one missing outside from Chapman, 1-2. And this is definitely the most that Madison's made Chapman work here tonight. He's had to use 16 pitches, so he's up to 66 now after having some very quick innings thus far this evening. That one's going to miss and get away, and that's going to have the runners move up. So second and third here for Madison. Again, it's been the bottom of the order. It's been able to find some success here. I think a ball came over the fence over there that some of the kids were playing with out in right field, so Shrewsbury had to go and retrieve it and get it out of play. So now the count 2-2, 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Once again, foul tipped and knocked off the home plate umpire's mask that time. Thankfully, everyone okay. But boy, the bottom of this order for Madison done a fantastic job of keeping these at-bats alive, battling back. Saw Elkins fall behind 0-2 and able to draw the only walk of the game from Chapman. Gets ahead 0-2 on Sheets, and now Sheets still hanging in here at the count 2-2. Off-speed pitch hit right back to Chapman, makes the grab, but throws it away over to third, and it gets out of play. And that will allow, I believe, the runner to score. And that's going to allow both runs to score. That's a 2-base throwaway. And now Madison has clawed back to make this a 6-3 game. So that gives them some life now, with Alex Dent coming to the plate. Now Coach Rory Chapman wanting to come out and talk with Ryder Chapman and the rest of his infield here. There's Madison trying to climb back into this. That's their first run since the top of the first, or bottom of the first inning. Whenever Dent tripled to start things off and then was drove in by Williamson on a ground out. Give a lot of credit to the Madison bottom of the order for giving this opportunity to them, as that cycles things back to the top now. Let's see what the top of the Madison order is able to do. Again, you'd love to have had Dent up with some runners on base, albeit two of them just did score. So you'd much rather have that than still out there, but you'd love to have Dent up there with some pressure being applied right now. But he has a chance to continue this inning and try and get deeper into this pitch count against Chapman right now. Didn't look like they were going to have a chance to get him to 85 pitches in this contest, but now this will be pitch number 70 for him upcoming. This has by far been the longest inning that Chapman's had to throw thus far. This will be his 20th pitch of the inning. Again, Dent tripled in the first inning, singled in the third inning. This one fouled off towards the right side and out of play, 0-1. Hard chopper towards Knuckles, fields it on one hop, over to Van Dunk, makes the grab for out number 3. So despite 2-run scoring, Mullens will head to the top of the 6th inning, still leading it 6-3 as you are watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
Started as a vision to bring quality health care to the coal fields of southern West Virginia, has grown to become so much more. With a 5-star patient experience rating 2 years running, our family of local employees, medical staff, leaders, and governing board are working hard to deliver compassionate care, respect for others, and excellence in all that we undertake. We are now BOONE Memorial Health, and for you and your family, we are bringing medicine home.
At Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, we have a huge menu offering home-cooked dinners, hamburgers, tacos, hot dogs, pizza, Philly steaks, and desserts, including, of course, ice cream. Ask about our weekly home-cooked dinners. We have an everyday hot dog special, 6 hot dogs for $5.99, or $5 14-inch large grab-and-go pizzas made from our fresh homemade dough. So visit Tiger's Ice Cream and Grill, located beside the old IGA in Chapmanville, just off the Crawley Creek exit.
Back to action here in Chapmanville, West Virginia at Tracy Vickers Little League Field, home of the 2022 11 and 12-year-old District 2 Little League Tournament. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, Robbie Mounts, our engineer for tonight's contest. As it is a 6-3 lead for Mullens as we head to the final inning of play. There's a new pitcher on the mound for Madison. As first offering, this one fouled off by Shrewsbury, 0-1. As Asher Aldridge taking over on the bump for Wagner. And again, figure they might do that to be able to save Wagner, and probably will do the same if Aldridge gets himself deep into a pitch count here in the 6th inning. That way they'll have them available for the next contest. Now fastball in for a strike, 0-2. Again, the winner of this game gets Chapmanville tomorrow at 6 p.m. And the loser will play again on Monday. We'll take a look at our schedule here in a moment. Nice off-speed pitch there by Aldridge, swing and a miss by Riker Shrewsbury. First out of the inning is Shrewsbury 0 for 3 tonight now, and that'll bring it up to the top of the order with Tristan McKinney. McKinney is 1 for 3 today, grounded out the third, had a bunt single in the third that started that 3-run inning, and then struck out to end the 4th inning. Aldridge catches the outside corner, 1-0. And tomorrow at 4 o'clock, it'll be Mann versus Logan in the first winner's bracket semifinal game. Then the winner of this plays Chapmanville following that at approximately 6 p.m. in the second winner's bracket semifinal. Swing and a miss by McKinney, 0-2. As Sandy River, we'll have to wait to see who loses between Chapmanville and the winner of this game to see who they play on Sunday at 1 o'clock. And then the loser of this game will face the loser of Mann or Logan on Monday at approximately 3 o'clock, or excuse me, Sunday at 3 o'clock. So again, 2 games tomorrow at 4 and 6, and then on Sunday, games at 1, 3, and 5 p.m. here from Tracy Vickers Little League Field. Then we'll take Monday off for the 4th of July, and then we'll have 1 game on Tuesday, 1 game on Wednesday to conclude things, should weather hold, as there's a swing and a miss by McKinney. And back-to-back strikeouts from Aldridge coming in. We'll bring up Ryder Chapman. Again, 2 teams out of this 6-team field will advance to the state tournament. So we won't have elimination games starting until Sunday. First pitch in for a strike to Chapman, 0-1. Chapman tonight 0 for 2. He struck out twice and walked in the 3rd inning. But he's done his MVP work on the hill here tonight. That pitch misses from Aldridge, 1-1. Chapman will come back out to try and complete that task. In the bottom half of this inning, he stands at 71 pitches right now, so he's got 14 left in his arsenal before he'd have to be lifted in this contest. That pitch from Aldridge gets away. It's counting out at 2-1. This one ripped down the left field line, and that'll be fair as Chapman has a 2-out hit. He'll round first, dig for second. Throw won't get in time, and Chapman with a 2-out double gives Mullens an opportunity here to try and play add-on, or at least get one of the runs back that they surrendered in the bottom of the 5th inning. As Henry Van Dunk will stand in, as you see it here on our instant replay. Again, just a blistering ball down the left field line. Nicely cut off that time, though, out in left field. In order to keep that from possibly becoming a triple, Sheets was able to get over and cut that off. Aldridge's first pitch misses inside and low. Nice stop that time by Linville. It's Van Dunk tonight, 2 for 2. He walked in the 1st inning, singled on the infield in the 3rd inning, then singled to right field in the 5th inning. It's the number 3 hitter in the lineup for Mullens. That'll miss outside and get away, and that'll move Chapman over to 3rd base as he slides in. So after back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning for Madison, the double by Chapman, and now the wild pitch puts Chapman at 3rd. Van Dunk staring at a 2-0 count. That one's going to miss and get inside, and here comes Chapman to the plate. Throw is not going to be in time, and Mullens retakes a 4-run lead here in the top of the 6th inning, and that is a big insurance run for Mullens, heading to the bottom of the 6th inning after this. Yeah, Madison had some momentum coming into this inning and up until 2 outs, but now Mullens able to steal that run back, and that might deflate the balloon a little bit for the Madison All-Stars trying to make this comeback. Aldridge still not out of trouble here as he's fallen behind Van Dunk 3-0. That'll be a 4-pitch walk to him. So now that'll bring up the cleanup hitter, Braxton Knuckles. Knuckles is 1 for 2 tonight. He struck out to end the 1st inning, had a 2 RBI single to right field in the 3rd inning, and then walked in the 5th inning. That one's going to get away as well, and that's going to move Van Dunk over to second base. Again, Aldridge seeing his controls start to go a little sideways here after that strong start to the inning. And he's got that high release point on his pitch. And sometimes that can be a little problematic trying to find the location you want if you end up missing your release point, as there's a strike right down the pipe, 1-1. That one's going to miss and get away, and now Van Dunk will dig over for third. I mentioned it in the first game with Logan and Sandy River. The backstop here at Tracy Vickers Field is a little bit deeper than some of the others that you've seen at some of the new Little League fields. This one's been here for a while now, but they do a fantastic job of maintaining it. I remember I played some Little League games on this field way back in the dinosaur ages, but the fact that the backstop's a little bit deeper does give the runners more of an opportunity to try and steal or try and take home. So the catchers definitely have to be much more aware of it than some of the newer parks that we've seen where the backstop's just right up against it. Count now at 2-2 to Knuckles. Aldridge trying to end the top of the 6th inning here. And he does as he freezes Knuckles on a fastball, strike 3. And that'll do it for Mullens here in the top of the 6th, but Mullens does get a run back, and they lead it 7-3 now as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Last call for Madison as you're watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.
In Peytonville, there's lots of ways to save on auto insurance.
Really?
Yep. Very proud of that. With Smart Ride from Nationwide, they can get discounts for safe driving.
Does she get one?
Mrs. Carmichael, safest driver in Peytonville. Takes a lot of work and effort to be the safest driver in Peytonville.
What about this guy?
With Nationwide Smart Miles, the less he drives, the less he pays. The list of inspiring stories goes on and on.
I bet. I've never seen anyone do more with their retirement than you.
I concur.
Bottom of the 6th inning we go, and Ryder Chapman trying to polish off what's been a gem for him thus far this evening. As he and the Mullens All-Stars lead it 7-3. Chris Kidd with you with Robbie Mounts, our engineer. Butch Mounts, executive producer of Video Productions, helping us bring you all the action here this week from Chapmanville, West Virginia. As Chapman has only given up 3 hits on the night. He'll deal with the number 2, 3, and 4 hitters this inning as Nolan Williamson fouls one straight back and out of play, 0-1. Nolan Williamson's grounded out twice. He grounded out to second base. A run scored on that back in the 1st inning after Dent tripled, and then grounded out to third his last time up. This one off the inside of the bat, fouled off to the right and quickly to 0-2. Chapman has 4 strikeouts on the evening, looking for number 5 right here. Actually looking for number 6 as here comes the 0-2 pitch off speed. It's going to be a chopper towards third and short. A little indecisive on both sides, and Williamson's going to be able to beat it out for an infield hit. And Knuckles and Shrewsbury both kind of paused that time. I don't know if they would have really had a play to be able to throw him out anyway had either one of them been able to field it cleanly. But you could tell that ball was right in a spot where both of them were uncertain of whose ball it was. There you see Williamson looked like he was going to beat that out by a good step or two, even if it had been a clean play on either side. This one ripped back up the middle and took a tough hop and gets by into center field. Rounding second, going for third is Williamson. The throw is in time, and he's out. Throw over to second is actually going to be held on to by Knuckles as Aldridge able to get into second base. But Williamson gambled to try and get to third on that, and he lost. There's a great relay throw came in, and Knuckles able to apply the tag over at third base. And that was Bailey with a great throw, and there you see it here in our instant replay. Bailey threw it right on the numbers in time for the out. And right there, if you're Madison, it's tough looking back on it now, but at the moment, trailing by 4, you need the base runners more than you need the base at this juncture. It could have been first and second with nobody out, but now you've got a runner at second and 1 out as Wagner stands in. And quickly goes down 0-2. Wagner tonight flew out to center field and grounded out to third base in his 2 plate appearances. Chapman shakes off 2 signs, now comes set. Swing and a miss, strike 3 as he goes down 1-2-3 pitches. And now, last hope for Madison will be Carter Linville standing in. Linville, only 1 plate appearance tonight. He popped out into shallow left field. That was that great play at shortstop by Riker Shrewsbury. That was all the way back in the 2nd inning. His first pitch misses low, 1-0. That's pitch number 78 for Chapman now. That one fouled straight back into the screen. 1-1 the count. And 7 strikeouts, only 1 walk on the evening for Chapman. And his defense has played phenomenally behind him here tonight. Now just needing 1 more out to advance to face Chapmanville tomorrow. This one lifted in the air to shallow center field. It's going to fall. Rounding third, coming in for the 4th run of the game is Aldridge, and moving out to second base is Linville. So Linville with the RBI single keeps Madison alive for now. And that'll bring up Gunnar Ashbury. That's pitch number 80 for Chapman. So this could potentially be his final batter of the game either way, but he'd love for it to be the final at bat that he has to face on the winning side of things. 7-4. Mullens leads it. They called time at home plate as Gunnar Ashbury. There was a bug behind home plate. Gunnar saw it, screamed out, and then proceeded to destroy it. All in one fell swoop, so that's one less bug to deal with on the field now for the players. As Ashbury is 1 for 2 tonight, popped out, doubled his last time up into left field, and there's strike 1. And the winner gets Chapmanville tomorrow at 6 o'clock in the semifinals of the winner's bracket. That pitch gets off the glove of Wood, but the runner will hold at second. Count it 1-1. Chapman shakes off a sign. Here comes the 1-1. That one in for a strike, 1-2. That was pitch number 83 for Chapman. Again, 85 is the barrier, and he's 1 strike away from sending Mullens to the semis of the winner's bracket. The 1-2. Swung on, hit towards third. Knuckles fields it. Long throw over to first to Van Dunk. He makes the catch. And Mullens has knocked off Madison 7-4 here this evening to move on to the winners bracket semis tomorrow at 6, as they will face off against Chapmanville to see who gets to the finals of the winners bracket on Sunday. As you see the final stat line, 7 runs on 7 hits and 1 error. As Madison with 4 runs on 6 hits and 1 error. Just very cleanly played game. Great defensive plays on both sides here tonight. And what a pitching job by Alex Dent as well as Ryder Chapman here tonight in order to get this win. And Madison will wait to see their opponent as they will face off against the loser of either Logan or Sandy River on Sunday. But tomorrow we'll be back at 4 p.m. as it'll start with Man and Logan at 4 p.m. here from Tracy Vickers Little League Field. And then at 6 p.m. we will have Chapmanville and Mullens to see who moves into the finals of the winners bracket Sunday at 5 p.m. So we want to thank everyone for helping us bring you all the action here today from Chapmanville, West Virginia. So for Robbie Mounts and Butch Mounts, the executive producers of Video Productions, I'm Chris Kidd saying so long tonight, as you've been watching live streaming coverage of District 2 Little League Baseball presented by BOONE Memorial Hospital and powered by HD Media.